Hello and welcome to Box, where we unbox, review and demonstrate the latest tech. Today we have with us the Samsung S61A Soundbar. As one of the lower cost soundbars in Samsung's lineup, this all-in-one speaker does everything you need from a sound system all in one sleek package. With only one wire, it's designed to bring beautiful sound quality to wherever you need it thanks to its Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivity. All of it comes in a streamlined package holding just the soundbar and its handful of accessories that make up a power cable, remote, and 2 wall mounting brackets. Because it only weighs about 5.4 kilos, it would mount nicely on the wall for an elevated sound distribution, saving space around the TV. Other than that, it's compact enough to sit comfortably on any surface you see fit. So we have the Samsung QN800A in 65 inches to test out this soundbar today, and as you can see, it fits just nicely under the screen with room on either side. Quite small in size compared to some of its counterparts in the range, it measures at just 764 by 68 by 125mm. Setting things up is a breeze as the soundbar itself is relatively uncomplicated. On the back of the soundbar you get 2 screw threads for mounting, ID set and network buttons for manual connection if you lose the link to the surrounding speakers, a service connection and a digital audio input and HDMI with ARC compatibility. For the purposes of this video, I'll be switching between both HDMI and wireless connections. Now in terms of power, you get a pretty long cable with this soundbar. It's long enough to reach an outlet even in the most awkward places, and this works in our favour when wanting to place the soundbar away from the TV. As this is a Samsung product, I had no trouble at all connecting it to the TV. It instantly recognised the HDMI connection through ARC, and then a prompt came up straight away to connect it to SmartThings. You can just use it straight out of the box, but to make things easier, I used the SmartThings app to ensure a solid connection and monitor active settings and volume controls without needing the remote nearby. Alternatively, you can check whether you're using the soundbar with Wi-Fi, Bluetooth or HDMI connection through the sound settings on the TV. Taking a look at the design, the whole bar is covered nicely in this soft grey material that's specially engineered to look great in any home, but also maintain that rich sound Samsung are famous for. Along the top in the centre, there are 4 raised buttons for manual control, represented by simple universal symbols. There's a multifunction switch for turning it on and off, as well as changing up different modes. The middle 2 raise and lower the volume, and the last button toggles the microphone on and off when needed for voice commands. Alternatively, you can use the remote for a more direct route when it comes to initiating Bluetooth pairing or switching between sound modes. One of the brilliant design features here is the use of LED and audible command confirmation. I love how it works from all angles with both visual and auditory responses to establish active settings. With each mode change, you hear the selected mode spoken back to you, which is great if you're across the room as there's no digital display monitoring which mode you have selected. Likewise, the hidden LED system comes into effect as a visual aid when changing the volume, alternating between source inputs and activating Alexa voice commands. It's a brilliant way of understanding your soundbar functions on every level. Utilising the beam design, the internal horn speakers disperse the sound outwards to surround you with sound as opposed to it emanating from one singular central speaker. Of course, with the latest Samsung TVs, the audio quality they put out is already pretty impressive, but utilising this system allows the sound to reach further to create a much richer dynamic experience. Of course, there is a central speaker bookended nicely by those 2 powerful horn speakers. It's specifically designed to deliver crystal clear dialogue to ensure that conversations in your favourite films are never lost in the background music or surrounding noise disruptions. But if all else fails, it's good to know that it also works hand in hand with adaptive sound that optimises settings for a more balanced sound when switching between movies, sports and games. But say you've decided to move the speaker to another part of the room but don't know where to place it to get the best sound output. But there's no need to worry, as the S61A has 7 inbuilt directional speakers for a full 360 sound experience no matter where you sit. When making connections, you'll find multiple ways to control sound output to your speaker. For something that works through Wi-Fi, I found that audio quality retains surprisingly well with both movies and music. With Wi-Fi activated on both your TV and your phone, it will show up instantly when turned on, making connection a simple process. Connecting to other devices such as your phone to play music directly is also just as easy by using either Apple AirPlay 2 or Samsung Tap. My iPhone picked it up instantly, and in music mode I found it adapted the sound perfectly for listening to my favourite podcasts and playlists. But after all of that, if you're really against using your smartphone to control your tech, then you'll be pleased to hear that this has Amazon Alexa voice control built in. Now you will have to stick with the SmartThings app just a little longer to validate logins and activate usage, but after that it's plain sailing. All you have to do is ask. You can find some simple commands to try out in the user manual, but it works just as well as an Amazon speaker, picking up your voice even through the noise coming from the TV, and really helps when turning up the volume or skipping a song from across the room. I like the way the LEDs lit up using a specific light pattern upon hearing my voice. It was a good confirmation that it could hear my commands and differentiate my voice from other sounds around me. But if the soundbar alone isn't enough for you, Samsung has one last trick up their sleeve. Compatible with the Samsung's wireless range, you can get additional rear and bass speakers to bulk up your surround sound system and build up the perfect setup for a cinematic effect. Though to make this possible, you will need the compatible Samsung 91000S wireless rear speaker kit and the W500 subwoofer to complete the set. After all of this, I can say that this soundbar alone worked way above my expectations. The detail in the sound made watching my favourite movies so much more interesting because I could hear individual levels in scenes that I couldn't access before. In an average sized room, I only needed to turn up the volume a fraction to get that room shaking sound. I couldn't believe that all the noise was coming from such a small device, and I definitely could hear a difference when I cut back to the regular TV output. Overall, if you're looking for a simple sound system that outperforms your TV audio while offering some brilliant modern connections, then this is the right soundbar for you. It fits easily into any space, both design and size-wise, and it works straight out of the box with no messy, complicated setup involved. So what do you think about the Samsung S61A soundbar? Let us know in the comments below, and if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to Box, where we have plenty of hands-on reviews on the latest tech. And as always, thanks for watching.